Really, what an interesting and historic week. I put out a tweet, I don't know, 3, 4 days ago, missing in action, of where were certain members of the administration to explain to Mr. Trump what he has wrought. And of course, we saw that huge move a couple days ago. We reversed into a dollar crisis. Joining us now from CBS with their wonderful polling and, of course, all the work of Face the Nation is Margaret Brennan here on Bloomberg Radio Sunday afternoon. Margaret, I honestly don't know where to begin. Let us begin with Anthony and your iconic polling data. How quickly is President Trump losing support?
How did you know, Tom, that I was going to have Anthony this Sunday? We will have the latest polling on the views of the president's handling of the economy, and this is changing. This is President Trump's economy now. Remember, Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, continued to say, 6 to 12 months, not our economy yet. The president owns this.
Right.
So there's a political cost, and as of course, you've been talking about the economic and financial one.
The Secretary of State was on with you, and I thought, I'll editorialize, folks. I've never spoken to Margaret Brennan like that in my life. I thought he was just outright rude. I'm sure you're, trying to get on Trump supporters here, Bessent, Hassett, Greer, and the others. What would you ask them, Margaret Brennan?
Well, I really tried to get straight answers from the Commerce Secretary last Sunday, who told me the president's not kidding. The tariffs are here to stay days and weeks.
When hours?
This is a fast news cycle, Tom. So we would hope to have the administration this Sunday participate with us. We're waiting to hear what their message is going to be. I will have sort of the reality check on the economy from Neil Kashkari, who mutual friend of ours, as you know, from the Minneapolis Federal Reserve Bank, try to give us some insight on what the Fed is thinking right now about what they're watching.
Margaret,
go ahead.
I got to just ask you this. This headline, the fact that China is calling the U.S. tariffs, quote unquote, a joke. We all know President Trump. He is not going to respond well to that. What do you think comes next?
Oof. Well, here's the thing. There is no contact at this point between our two massive countries. The Commerce Secretary even said that on the record the other day.
That's right.
Lutnick said, I'm not taking calls. Treasury Secretary Bessent's not taking calls. And if we receive outreach, we send it to the president because he's waiting for Xi Jinping's phone call. We don't have a U.S. ambassador yet at post in Beijing. I wouldn't expect that confirmation to happen until late April, early May, just because of the congressional calendar. So when they're not talking and yet publicly the chest beating is happening like that is not a positive.
In the time crush here, Margaret Brennan, I've got, there's 8 ways to go here. And I'm going to go back to the Senator of the Dakotas, John Thune. I mentioned, folks, the heritage of John Thune and his family. His father was literally out of the movies in World War II, a pilot in the Pacific, Distinguished Flying Cross. Thune is the fabric of Midwest GOP, Margaret Brennan. Where is the GOP in the House, in the Senate? I'll say Monday, or dare I say the 4th of July. Is there a path?
Well, we heard from John Barrasso, the whip, that they want this all done sooner than later to move that other plank of the president's economic platform. The hard wall seems to be August and the debt ceiling. That's the hard wall they're coming up against, and they're in the art of the possible right now, just trying to corral cats in the House so that Republicans can actually move the president's agenda, and that's not easy.
Yeah, somewhat of a successful week for Speaker Johnson, to say the least. Face the Nation, folks. Of course, consider Face the Nation. Watch it on the CBS television network Sunday morning. Face the Nation on Bloomberg Radio Sunday at 2 p.m. in New York, Washington D.C., 92.9 FM in Boston. Face the Nation with Margaret Brennan. Look for that on CBS, on Bloomberg Radio at 2.